So yeah, let's just introduce yourself for the people that don't know you.
I'll go by InrG, InrG. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter at InrGOfficial. Um, just an artist, creative, you know what I'm saying, out here in San Antonio trying to tell my story in the most creative way. That's what I tell everybody, when artists come up to me, people, it don't matter who you are, I always tell them, like, you can tell me my song's good, I appreciate it, but there's a true story behind it, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to tell that in the most creative way because I've been through a lot of shit, like, a lot, bro. Like, and so that's pretty much where I'm in a nutshell.
Yeah, you gotta put your emotion out of your music.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, it's kind of cool that you mentioned that because Jimi Hendrix always said he wants to, not saying you're like that, but he wanted to put people away that just say his music's dope. Like he wanted people to say something to take it further no way than just like,
because one person might say my music's dope for, another person might be like it's dope for another reason. It's like if you're gonna keep it, say something basic, like let's say some person like is in love with like my beat selection on a certain project. Another person is in love with just like the way I sounded. Both of those are amazing like compliments and I appreciate it. But what did you take away from what I say? Like what I said, like, or did you even like, you know what I mean? Notice it, or like, you know what I mean? How I, you know, just little things. I'm super like into this shit, bro. Because when I tell people I do music, it's not just like, oh, well, I just go record like this is like, if it wasn't for music, I probably would have offed myself a long time ago. Like I've been through some dark shit. Like music is the only thing that I have to like really like say shit. Y'all can talk shit, my shit, tell my shit how I want to, and like, you know what I mean? Hopefully somebody can like relate to it and appreciate it, and like, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about, like, you don't see me with no chains on, you know what I mean? Same pocket right now, I'm too broke to buy it, but it's just not where I place my value in. And there's nothing wrong with it, but it's like, I feel like that shit was glorified, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about fame. If it comes, cool, you know what I'm saying? How many people can I inspire with that fame?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just like, you know what I mean? Let me get famous and see how much money I can make off of everybody. And that's just my thing, bro.
True. And that's, so would you say what set you apart from most artists here, or not even here, just in general, that you try to give a message off rather than just making cloud music, I guess?
And I think if we even want to take it there and say cloud music and getting the message out, I feel like if you listen to my music, especially what I have coming out, you know what I mean? It's both. I mean, it's lit in every sense of the word, but it's like it's got some deep ass substance, bro. And it's like there's no way you can listen to it and be like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Maybe you not like it, but just you can respect it, but not like it. That's cool. You know what I mean? And in a sense, everybody's not gonna like what you're doing, but I feel like, it'll always have a message, and I always promote and advocate for that because I feel like it don't matter what you say or what type of beat you're on. You know what I'm saying? There's something for everybody, but there's something to be said on every song. Like you're an artist for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, true. Like, you mean you gotta like say something. Otherwise, I'm like, what am I paying attention to you for? Because if I'm keeping it real, I feel like I don't get any attention. Now, I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, and shit like that. No, it's on its way, but it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot of people that don't get the attention that they deserve, overshined by somebody who doesn't like meet those qualifications, like I just said. So, you know what I mean?
What advice do you give? Like, there's a lot of artists that I know that's sitting on music that they made for X amount of years, let's say 2+, right?
Right.
And it's not on Apple Music, and people ask like, well, I mean, I won't take you serious, but it is sometimes it's not. It's about the artistry, and you got to set that. Like, you do have to put it out there just for the fans to even take you serious.
Well, it
sometimes.
depends on
so, like,
why.
How do you deal with that?
Though. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't know. You can say someone's sitting on something, so they can tell you whatever. But I feel like you're sitting on it for the purpose of not showing it to the world.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to hide yourself. You know what I'm saying? Then I guess like you're not giving yourself a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people gonna like your music. You will want them to like it for who you are and like what you're saying. So you have to. But if you're hiding it, like saving it for a certain project or something like that, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have that right now. I'm sitting on like a project and multiple projects with multiple people. You know, just you know.
It's more like a
Yeah, because it's not released yet, and it doesn't fit with like how I want to release it. I'm gonna release it, but you know what I mean. So
I guess it depends on how vulnerable you want to come across.
Yes.
Your confidence in your own art, but I mean, really, you just gotta have confidence in general.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like take confidence to even put anything out there, like, because that's giving people the option to judge whatever they feel about it. But that's why you're making. You know, you want people to feel something, enough to say something.
For real. Yeah. And I feel like the most vulnerable music, the most vulnerable people make the best people, because you get more layers of them. You know what I mean? And the more vulnerable you are in the music, the more layers you'll peel back. You discover things about yourself. Now I can give this to other people. You know what I mean? If you're like only showing one side of yourself. You can hear it in the music. The people who sound the same, they talk about the same topics, categories. You know what I'm saying? And then like you'll hear people like JID or Kendrick or Bertrade, right? Yeah, out of Austin. He's you know what I mean, up and coming and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like it's just there's two different levels because like they're bouncing on so many different ideas and like talking about so much stuff and giving so much to themselves. It's like you can hear a contrast, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's important, vulnerability in music and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it just opens you up to so many different things that there's no walls, boxes, and closed doors ever.
Oh, yeah.
So
And so that was kind of like in a nutshell, like getting to know what type of artist you are. So what can people look forward to other than, you know, seeing you perform? Like what can they look forward to?
I have a lot coming up. Of course, I want to book more shows. You know what I'm saying? You come to a few of the shows. But I want to start applying for festivals, bro. I feel like I can do it. You know what I mean? Of course, they're going to want material, but I have a lot on the way that's, you know, written. So right now I'm just trying to set up studio time, you know, book stuff like that. But I mean, everything's on the way, and I feel like if this was 3 years ago and we're sitting down having this conversation, I feel like, damn, like you'll find a frustrated kid who's just angry at life, angry at himself, you know what I'm saying, because he's fresh out of football when he's thinking like he's going to play football, right? You know what I'm saying? You could look at me and like I have physical attributes that we equate to a football player, right? Or somebody athletic, right? And so I'm thinking I'm going to the league, and so when the school I play, I'm not gonna plug them. Where I played at, you know what I mean? They don't keep their promise. Shit goes down, you know what I mean? And I come back home, you know, you get into it with family, so I find myself in New York now, right? And so I'm like working, and I'm like, okay, well I pick music, you know what I mean? And so it's like I'm working for this, and I'm traveling for it, and it's like I'm just mad, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I should be on. I feel like people sleep on my talent because I don't have like the knowledge that I have now. And now sitting with you right now, it's like I'm 22, you know what I'm saying? I'm better off, you know what I'm saying? Like I have things going for me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm even better at music, you know what I mean? And I understand like, man, like if I was to have gotten on like 3 years ago and like not have gotten to this point, I'd be like, damn, like imagine how many lessons I would have missed out on, like, you know what I mean? Imagine what you would have settled for, like when you think about things like that. So I feel like it's all good, you know what I mean? So it's like I know my shine is coming. I mean, like nobody knows how right now. I go to shows and it's like the way that people react to my music, it's just like, you know what I mean, and the messages that I get, even though it's few, it's not much, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, somebody, you know what I mean? It's like listening and going like, damn, like, okay, I get your vision and I get what you're trying to say, and so I hear you. And at the end of the day, I think every artist just wants to be heard, bro. So, but yeah, a lot's on the way. I don't know if that answers your question.
No. That was that's still a good
lot's
segue.
on the way, man, and I'm excited as hell because to play out what I just said, it's like in learning that and knowing that, I've been able to put it into the music, real life experiences. You know what I mean? Meeting people. Like last year, I flew out to LA. I'd never flown. I would always talk about it in 2017. I flew out to LA. I met up with my one of my main producers that you'll start hearing about. His name's Lifestyle. Lifestyle did it. He's out in Cali, and we booked the Airbnb for a whole night. Worked on music, had a great time, and that's the type of thing I'm gonna be doing. Visuals, you know what I mean? Like Javante Maddox is a dope videographer of mine. Just a whole bunch of stuff, bro. Like it's coming, so I'm excited. So
That's what's up, man. So how do you? Back to like you want to you're looking for producers. I'm not even producers, like just recording space because you have things written down. You're just ready to go.
Man,
just work. But how do you make those selections when you're new to the city? Like who to record with? Like what do you go off?
Well, it's because like you have people from high school that are like have done it. Like you know, I went to school with Blake. You know what I mean? We had Spanish class together. We played basketball. He played basketball briefly together, and then. So he would record certain places, and then there's a studio here with a dude named Jay Angel, and I guess he's recorded at that studio. I mean, just people that you know, they'll tell you what place you should go. And so I had to try out these different places, you know what I mean, and see, you know, what works and stuff, you know what I mean. And so I recorded in Houston with Scooby Racks and Cub Scout. Cub Scout is he's making a name for himself and producing, and you know, Scooby Racks are doing the same, and he's also an artist. And I fuck with them heavy. But just doing different things. So sometimes you gotta take certain risks, you know what I mean, because you've never been there. And sometimes you want to hear something and hear how other things sound. So right now I'm finishing up with that process, and I'm just ready to get back to recording, bro. Like I've been like, you know what I mean. I feel like I've been like taking punches and stuff. I feel like I put in my 10,000 hours, so I feel like, all right, I need to make this shit happen now.
What's your favorite song that you've made that's out right now? That's released already.
That's released already?
Yeah.
I would have to say Revelations. I think I would have to say Revelations. I believe. And I believe that I say Revelations because it's a song that a lot of people, I don't think they get it. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like when you write something as an artist, like you know what you're trying to say, right? And I feel like upon you listening to this song, right, or any song of mine, right, if I'm talking about my process, like it may take you a few listens to get what I'm trying to say, maybe, right? You know what I'm saying? Why I said, like, instead of hat, I probably would say, like, you know what I'm saying, a different term that would, like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like a lot of that, but the beat that's attached to Revelations, you know what I mean? Let me tie that in. I feel like it's a beat that's like, it has a jazz feel, and it's really a jazz infused song, and it's lit, and the litness of that vibe kind of like, you know, it can overpower the message and what I'm trying to say, if you get what I'm saying. Even if you watch me perform, it's not like I'm slowed and I'm like very, very like, you know, I don't put an emphasis on certain parts of the song. I'm just performing it. If you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's my favorite song because it's actually deeper than what it's initially preceded, unless you know actually go back and revisit it and spend some time in it. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's my favorite song because like it's just, I guess it's a masked gem. You know what I mean?
Because it's one of the most probably powerful. So I was going to guess the same thing, that was your favorite only because of the skit. And it's the most, how do you say, I didn't want
it's
to
the
say,
most
I didn't want to
balanced,
say
I
lyrical,
guess.
but yeah, it's the most powerful as far as like putting your feeling into
Yes, and open up, and even this one, words. I mean, you know, if you really listen to it, you'll see that like, you know, I'm saying some really deep things, and it's all real. Like everything I say in my songs is real, bro. I've been through it, but I just turn it and make it into something beautiful. You know what I mean? Because for the longest time, like my life was like so dark. All I wanted like was positivity, and I think that's why like we'll get into it here shortly, like InrG, and like why like my name and my alias is InrG. You know what I'm saying? How it came to be and all types of stuff, bro. Like it's like in creating, you'll discover things about yourself that you never knew. You know what I mean? So.
Well, now I kind of want to know, how did you get to InrG? Yeah.
All right. And first of all, it is InrG, and it's spelled I, capital I, lowercase n, lowercase r, capital G, right? And of course, it's still pronounced InrG, N-E-R-G-Y. But I got there, so I was trying to find a place to stay because me and my parents I was going through it with my parents, right? And like I was working at SeaWorld at this time. But as my parents, I ended up getting kicked out the house and I needed somewhere to stay. You know what I mean? I couldn't go, I had a girlfriend at the time, but, you know, this guy, pretty much we broke up. Like then hung up one call, never called her back. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, I can't do this anymore. I was broke. Like I got kicked out, so I lost my job too. I mean, and then I find myself living with two high school classmates of mine that we never really had a relationship, but we were like cool enough to be like, hey man, I need somewhere to stay. Like, is it cool if I stay here type thing, right? So I'm staying there, and I'd already been put on to Childish Gambino freshman year of high school, 2010. But they were like, I was just going on this name generator because, you know, he found his rap name on a name generator. So I spent like, I don't know how many hours one day. Because I'm still chasing music. I'm broke. All this stuff is happening, and I'm still broke. And I had been through names like Gino Fresh, Stylus G, Stylus. Stylus like the pen, S-T-Y-L-U-S. You know, all these different names. There's more, but I can't think of them right now. Yeah. And so I spent all of this, and I remember this day, this specific day. I spent like 3 hours on name generator. I was like, man, none of these are whack. Like, you know what I mean? Because as you put your first name and your last name, and then all these things about you to it, so we can like rumble, like a combination of like names, dumb. So I do that. I'm like, I don't know how I got to InrG. I think I just like the spelling of it, and I just put it like that. And I was like, bro, I'm going with InrG. Like, and I started doubting it, and like these two dudes that I'm telling you about, I was living with them, and then they were like, nah, bro, like you should go with it. And they would always try to like fuck around and give me music advice. They know I did music, and so they were all like, nah, bro, you should go with that. But for real, I knew they were serious. Like, no, that's tight. Like, you should go with that. And ever since, like, I went with it. I only have one tattoo, bro, and it's right here, and it's InrG. You know what I mean? And so I knew it meant something to me. I knew it fit me. It means something when I want it. Like, what I put to it, and you gotta excuse me, innovative nigga, or N-word, if you will, with a real grind. And I left it at that because I feel like that's how it's been. That's how my life has been. I've always been innovative. Always been like I feel like I think different from everybody, of course, because I'm me. No one else can be me. I definitely dress different than everyone. Like everywhere I go, I'm just like, man, I feel like everyone tries so hard to like, you know, dress like everyone else or whatever. I just like, man, I dress how I want to. You know what I mean? And just like, and I've always went against the status quo because like, what's always been cool to, you know, the biggest population of people has always been like pretty average or like typical to me. And so I guess I went to straight atypical to that. You know what I mean? And so I was just like, InrG, you know what I mean? I'm a positive person, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm always full of energy, you know what I mean? Like I was going back to, you know, telling you about my girlfriend and stuff like that. Every category of life, I give 100% to each category. So like, I don't break it down and be like, oh, I gave 70% of myself to work today because I had a 9-hour shift. I gotta go home and give, you know, 10% to my music, 10%, you know what I mean? Everything gets 100%. And I always have so much energy, and I feel like that ties into it too. So, I mean, it means it's like a array of different things, but to me, it's just peace, you know, love, positivity, you know what I'm saying? It's just like 100%.
It's about your music, man.
Music too, but it's just all authentic, bro. Because my music is still an extension of me. You know what I mean? Like a child is to a parent. It's like music is an extension to me, and these are all like my kids, like the gems. I'm telling you, like the people who listen and they know my music, cool. They got the gems, but the people who don't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like gifts waiting for them. Like you know what I mean? Because I don't know, it's just different, bro. I feel like it's so refreshing, and then the energy is not lil energy. It's not the shit on the lils, but I feel like it's just, you know, just glad I found something to stick for me, like that nobody could take away. Hopefully, you're pretty up there.
But do you have any questions for me? Like you've been wanting to talk to me about? What's going on?
I'd say why strictly producing and like everything that you do a lot, bro. You know what I mean? So how do you stay motivated, inspired, and how do you like stay on track of your busy schedule with clientele and stuff?
Well, right now I'm just starting to get a hold as far as organizing, like doing everything, but I feel like I have to do it in the sense of that just to get like a feeling out. Like when I haven't made a beat in like a month. I sat down and made one the other day because I was like, man, I just feel inspired. You know?
Right.
Like, I want
it hits you.
Yeah. And then music is new to me. Like I've only been doing this for 8 months. But as far as video, like you said, I do a lot of things: video, photo, everything else.
Right.
But I just feel like I have to do it because I'm a creative. Like
Right.
I can't just do one thing. So
Right.
I've drawn out floor plans for houses. Like I made my logos, flyers, business cards. Like I made my own book. Shit. Like just because I wanted to like make something with my hands.
Right.
But like it's all about. I feel like you just gotta educate yourself, and if you want to do it, like like you said, like if it's an idea, you gotta put it out.
Right. You do.
Yeah. And the same thing with the goals. Like man, like I need to get a board. As well as putting dates out there and having people hold you accountable.
I need a big board because the ideas in my head be going.
Hell yeah. Even notes too. I used to. What's this? It started with the music memos app. I was like, man, this would be a really dope tune. And then I thought it was cool. Like when you sing something or if you're playing it on beat, it will record like what key it's in, so you can take.
I never noticed that though.
Yeah. It'll show you what key it's in, and then you can put it in. Whatever, kind of like, okay, can you make a beat for this key?
Right.
And then you can work on whatever piece like that idea came
Wow, I never knew it could do that.
from. Yeah, because it already has like.
I used to mess with voice memos a lot.
Yeah, it's dope. And listen, you can get on iPhone and Android.
Yeah, no, I have it. I have it on my phone. Yeah, I used to record a lot on there. Probably old stuff, but I didn't know it did all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that's dope. Like I was telling you, I need to write my goals down. I think it's a big thing. Something that's similar to just writing it down so you can see it every day. It's a big thing.
You got to see it every day. You got to have the ambition to want to do what you got to do. Actually, some of that shit needs to come down because it's done.
So yeah.
Yeah, like the album's out. I started Tapped In. Shit, we're about like eight episodes deep now. It originally was only going to be 10.
Yeah.
10. It was only going to be 1 minute videos so they can fit on my page. But then I was like, you know what? I need to make a YouTube presence. So I started posting them on YouTube, and just the longest one's been like 22
I saw you got a
minutes.
beat that's like 60K plays right now.
Which one?
I forget which one. I was like,
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, you know, I'll show you in a little bit too. Blake and Waffles helped me put it onto this. It's not just about putting these dates out, and yes, you have your fan base, but it's also about when it drops. It's
Right.
the most important. What do you do to like work after?
Yeah.
Like, to
Right.
keep that momentum. Yes, you want an initial hit of X amount of plays when the drop hits, just to get that initial feedback from everybody.
that's the thing. I don't though, because I feel like if you worked hard enough on a song, you giving it all that you have. I feel like the plays, whatever number you throw out, it's gonna go. Like I just feel like a lot of people be having an unrealistic expectation when they know they haven't put in like that effort into like a track. If you haven't put that much effort into a track, why would you hold it to such a high expectation for its release? Now, if you know that you have and you're confident, then I don't see why not. But not a lot of people are like that. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm pretty sure Russ isn't tripping off numbers that he dropped because he knows he produced it, he mixed it, mastered it, he wrote it, and he recorded it. I mean, of course he's gonna chill and be confident that because he's put in all that effort. Like I would too. You know what I mean? But if you haven't,
And
then
he already knows he has listeners rather
Yes.
than just people following you on your page. And
Right.
I think I've said this in like every video. Like, it's better to have listeners than followers. Because yes, you
Exactly.
can buy followers and
Yes.
you can look like you have 20,000 people. Yes, you can get people to comment, but
There's no
if you
benefit.
make music and if music and that type of interaction is what you're looking for, it's not going to work. If they're not actually listening to your music,
Right.
sending back reactions, like you want people to engage, like.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like even I may get like 3 to 5 messages saying, you know,
Yeah.
here and there saying, hey man, like your music, thanks so much. And it's like I appreciate that. Like I appreciate that over like somebody like, you know what I mean, giving me a chain or like, you know, somebody like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or me buying like a piece or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's like, cause that's gratitude. That's something I can be thankful for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, but again, that goes down to like different people. They view it so differently as well. You know what I mean? Like, to most people, music is strictly a business, which it is at the end of the day. But to other people, it's a lifestyle. Like, we have to create. Other people, they can like do this. They have a certain amount of money they're trying to make. Like, let's say a 3-year time span, and they get it, and then you never hear from them again. But they just want to see if they can. They have this one song, out of all the trash songs that they've made in their careers, and they think that this one song could take off. And if it does in their head, okay, I don't have to make anything again because I'm set for life. Which again, if that's your intent and it works for you, that's cool. But
Because you can definitely put a single out, depending on if you have a plan, if that plan works. Like, first of all, you gotta have a plan. You can't just make a song and expect people to come flocking.
Right.
Like, you need there's certain things you need to have in place. Like, are you submitting this to blogs?
Blogs, yeah.
Are you submitting it to playlist curators? Are you showing face in the community? Like, do people know who you are, where you live?
Right.
You know, like doing stuff like this. You know, it's like if you're not doing any of that above, then you're not going to go anywhere.
exactly. And I think that's the big thing too. It's like, I don't know, man. I feel like if you get it, you get it. You know what I mean? If you don't, then you're just playing like, you know, roulette. But it's cool. You know what I mean? That's to each his own. But I love music, bro. I love everything about it. You know what I mean? You're gonna have like the setbacks and everything, like life, but that's what you need to put into the music, and that's That's my whole spiel.